Hi, Jonathan. My name is Ashley. I'll be interviewing today.
Hello, Ashley. Nice to meet you.
Have a seat. How was the drive-in?
The drive-in was long, but I made sure to make it on time by getting here 5 minutes early.
I'm really glad you did. That's great. We are right on time, right as scheduled. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you about what we're going to be doing today. Today I'm going to ask you some questions that are designed to help me understand your skills and experiences as it relates to this position, okay? And I will give you time at the end to ask me any questions about either the position or the company itself, okay?
All right.
And I will also be taking notes during the interview to make sure that I accurately capture all of your answers. So please don't be as discouraged that I'm not paying attention to your answers because I am fully paying attention. I'm just taking notes. Okay, so let's get started. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Jonathan Doran. I'm currently an accounting major at Ohio Northern University. I plan to graduate in 2013 in the month of May, and I plan to come back to Ohio Northern University for one more school year in order to complete the Master's in Accounting program.
That's wonderful, that's great. And that'll be next year that you're taking the master's program?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's wonderful, great. And why did you choose to interview with our organization today?
Oh, I chose to interview with your organization because I heard that the company culture was great, and I heard that this company's workers have a great work ethic, and I heard that the company has the kind of auditing work that I'm looking for.
Great, and why did you choose this specific position?
Oh, I'm interested in learning how to do accounting work based off of the numbers that I've learned, and I'd also like to help track money from the source.
That is great, that's wonderful, good to know. And what would you consider some of your biggest strengths that you could use towards this organization?
I'm hardworking, which means that I would make sure to, do my absolute best on the work. I'm determined, which means that even if I stumble and I don't understand what's going on, I would ask for help, and I'd be the best team player I could be.
Great, that's great, because we really need you to be a team player here.
Mm-hmm.
How about a weakness you may have?
See, I can be impatient at times, and I think that's something I need to work on.
Yeah, that's fine. We can all be a little impatient at times, so no biggie. Are you willing to relocate if we ever needed you to in the future?
Yes, I will be willing to relocate if need be.
Great, okay, and traveling's not a problem? You're comfortable traveling if we need you to go somewhere else or meet with a client in a different state?
Yes, I'm comfortable with traveling, unless it's a danger zone in a different part of the world.
Well, we won't be sending you in a danger zone around the
Yeah,
world.
just don't send me to Iraq or anything like that.
Okay, well, sure not to send you to Iraq. Okay, as an auditor, you will be faced with situations that test your ethical values. How would you handle an unethical situation with the client or organization you are currently auditing?
So, I would make sure to, if I saw anything fishy, I would report what I saw to my superiors, and I would make sure to report to the proper authorities.
Great. Okay, and can you tell me about a time where you ran into a difficult situation or a conflict, and how did you handle it?
So,
Anytime is fine.
this year I'm working on my senior capstone project, and we've run into a problem with one of our members not showing up on a regular basis to work on the project. So I've had to talk to my teacher about this issue, and she says that she will keep him on the team for now, but if he doesn't show up to the presentations, then he will not be on the team next semester.
So you went and told someone about the conflict so that they could deal with it? Is that what you're saying? Like you made a pros and cons list and then went and told
Yes,
the teacher?
Yes, I did, because I wasn't going to put up with someone not showing up to do their work on a regular basis.
Yep, that's understandable, that would be frustrating. And tell me why I should hire you. What do you have that other candidates don't have?
See, I've gone to Ohio Northern University, which is an accredited school,
That is
and we have a tougher curriculum in the field of accounting than most other colleges do. So even though my grade point average might only be about average of around a 2.95, that's the equivalent of a higher grade point average at an easier business school I'm in.
Right, no, understandable. And can you just tell me about the skills you gained in your previous work experiences and how they could benefit the company and the position here?
See, due to my work at the District of Columbia Office of Tax and Revenue, I've learned how reconciliation reports work, and I've also learned how to audit people and firms that are somewhat suspicious.
Mm-hmm, great.
So yeah, I've learned like how accounting on the computer works as well.
That's a great skill. That's actually something I was just going to ask you. So you answered my question for me. What kind of atmosphere brings out your best performance? Are you better as a team player? You mentioned that earlier. Or would you rather work alone on your own accounts?
I'd rather work individually, but if need be, I can be a good team player as well.
Okay, great. And do you have any questions for me today?
See, have you ever faced any tough ethical challenges?
Yes, actually we had an employee we just let go because he was embezzling money and he wasn't doing his job with the client either, so we kind of had to let him go. But we handle those situations based on a case-by-case basis, so we look at them individually. We don't really have an overall what we're going to do, we just have an individual basis of how we're going to punish that. So.
All right. Let's see. I think that's all I have for you.
That's all you have? That's great. I'm really happy you came in and you're showing interest in this position. It's great. We will finish our interviewing process in about a week and a half, and then I will get back to you as soon as we know
All right.
about the next round.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thank you so much. It was very nice to
you.
meet you.
My name is Jonathan Doran.
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Ashley.
to meet you too.
All right. I'm glad you came to interview us at the Greater Toledo Public Library.
Yeah, it's a thrill. It's a pleasure to
I
be
would-
here.
I would love to ask you some questions,
Yep, I'm cool with answering anything you have to ask me.
and we'd like to find out if we think you're the right candidate for the job at the public library in Toledo.
That's great. I'm ready.
All right. So first, I would like you to tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm actually a senior at Ohio Northern University right now. I'm majoring in public relations and I'm concentrating in journalism a little bit. I've held an internship here before, so I'm kind of aware of how the department works, but I'm not quite sure about this position quite yet, which is why I'm interviewing today, because I've actually only been an intern, so I'm looking to move up farther. So, and I graduate in May 2013, so in just a couple months.
All right, so are you planning to do anything after you graduate?
I'm actually just applying for this job right now, hoping that maybe something comes up after graduation. They said they were looking for newly entry-level employees, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this job has to offer.
Yeah, so what made you want to major in the communication arts?
I'm a really strong communicator. I like writing a lot, and I also love interacting with others. And throughout like my life, I was just really good at communicating with people, and I'm really outgoing, so I feel like that's a really big positive for this position, because you have to be able to talk to the media and talk to different news outlets and things like that. And I've since my internship, I've been kind of doing that already. So.
All right, so what did you learn at your internship that you could bring to this company?
I learned that I have to have tough skin because not every media outlet is gonna wanna work with us. But persistence is also something I learned, that we have to keep trying to work with them and always trying to get them to work with us because we need publicity in the library for our programs and funding.
Alright, so yeah, could you tell me some of your strengths that could be an asset to the program?
Sure, I'm a strong writer, and I know we write a lot of press releases and we do a lot of print copy of things, which is a big, part of this position. So I know that I have to be a strong writer, and I feel I am. And I'm very good at communicating, like I said before, with other outlets, and I've already done it before, so I'm confident. And I have pretty tough skin, so I feel like that's also something, because I'm pretty determined to get things done on a timely fashion. And I also feel like I am very self-starters, which means I like to self-start my own projects, and I like to get them done on deadlines.
Okay, could you tell me about some things you might need to work on?
Sometimes I don't delegate enough work. I always try to do it all myself, and I feel like that's a big weakness. And I think it's also a positive, but it can be seen as a weakness because sometimes projects are too big and I won't be able to handle them by myself. So I feel like it's really a good idea to start learning how to delegate with people.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you're more of an individual worker than a team player then?
Yes, I'd like to individual work, but I can be a team player as well. I've worked in teams and individually.
That's good because we need team players here at the Greater Toledo Public Library.
Yes, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make the position a good one.
And do you suppose you might have any conflicts of interest as you come into?
I can't think of anything right now that I would possibly have an issue with, but then again, I haven't been in the position, so I'm not sure what issues exactly arise. So I guess I'd see if when I got to that point.
Alright, and also have you ever thought of working at any other libraries?
Not right now, but I'm sure that would be a possibility in the
'Cause,
future.
would you be willing to relocate to
A
a different location, or were we to send you somewhere else?
Yes, I'm willing to work at any of the branch libraries. That would be fine.
Okay. Yeah, if we were to send you abroad, would you be able to go, or are you just available to work in the States?
If there was enough notice, I could work abroad. I just have to know ahead of time. But I'd be willing to do that, yes.
Alright. So why should we hire you instead of someone else?
I feel like I'm a strong candidate because I have had an internship here before, and I do know how the department works. I do know what we all do in this department on a daily basis, and I feel like I'm a strong enough communicator, and I know what they're looking for and the messages they want to reach across to the community, and I know what kind of events they run. So I feel like I'm a strong candidate because I'm kind of already familiar with the position entails.
Fair enough. Well, it was great to interview you, Ashley.
Thank you. It was great to meet with you. Thank you for this opportunity.
No problem.